Hey everybody, it's Scott Beebe with the Business on Purpose platform, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the reality that slow is the new fast and wisdom is the game-changing tool. I've got a wisdom mentor. His name is Wig, and that's what most people call him, and he sat in front of me over the simplicity of a Subway sandwich shop table, and he motioned his arms with a fist up and down very thoughtfully, very slowly, and he said, "It's about wisdom." Wisdom. Last week I was with a group of cross-country athletes from our local high school and had them answer the question, what is wisdom? Their answers, they were very thoughtful, very aware, very sincere and slow. These student athletes were genuinely thinking about the question. It was not a case of, let me just spit out an answer so this guy can move on and we can go do anything other than this. Wisdom forces us to slow down and listen closely. Even now, while you're listening to this, you could be thinking, there's other things I've got to do. But wisdom forces us to slow down. It invites us to lean in and fine-tune our ears to hear. Wisdom speaks in truth and prudence, good judgment, plain terms, knowledge, discernment, insight, strength, service, eagerness, right-ness, experience, longevity, instruction, joy, and wisdom speaks in life. Business owners are invited daily to walk away from wisdom, to back up from wisdom, and instead to go down the wide and inviting, luxurious path of deception, this path of feeling above truth, injustice, confusion, apathy, gossip, and near-term assumption. Now, it never feels that way in the moment. There are two reasons why wisdom must be the primary value that hovers above all other published values in your business, and everywhere else for that matter. First, wisdom was around long before you were. The personification of wisdom is well written, well documented in the Jewish Proverbs. Rulers lead with wisdom's help. I, wisdom, have riches and honor, as well as enduring wealth and justice. My wisdom's gifts are better than gold, even the purest gold. My wages are better than sterling silver. So even as you read through, you begin to uncover the game-changing option you have in embracing wisdom. These values and benefits are within wisdom in part because of how long wisdom has existed. In fact, it even says God formed wisdom from the beginning. Before he created anything else, wisdom was appointed in ages past at the very first. Before the earth began, wisdom was born before the oceans were created, before the springs bubbled their waters. Whether you're a faith-based person or not, it forces you to think. Working through a recent parenting challenge, we realized that I needed to reach out to a mentor who was older, more experienced than I am. He walked me through a similar challenge their family had experienced. And in walking me through that, it gave me loads of confidence and courage. Still struggled, still painful, but loads of confidence and courage to walk through that situation with our family. The majority of insight you receive will likely be categorized as opinion. The minority of insight you receive will be wisdom. He had been there before, this mentor that I talked to, and it challenged and instilled bravery in me. Wisdom has been there before, which is why the secret to wisdom is simply this: go get wisdom. The second reality is that wisdom's foundation is solid when everything else is flimsy. This is why we need to attract ourselves to wisdom. All that time spent strategizing and marketing and thinking and wondering, can we make our businesses feel, a lot of times we look up and they feel like a house of cards. Most businesses are built as a house of cards, fancy exteriors with very little substructure underneath. We see it all the time, and we appreciate it when a business owner takes time to become aware and admit it. Only then can the transformation begin. When we're fragile and in chaos, we will do anything possible not to have that flimsiness exposed. Fingers crossed, arms clutched, we hope that everything will just work out. Or we believe the consequence of the everything will just work out mentality won't be as bad as the pain of putting in the work on the front end. Wisdom says, put in the work while no one else is looking and reap the reward on the back end. The opposite of wisdom is everything will just work out. Here are a few helpful ways to go get wisdom. Number one, read the Jewish Proverbs. They are clear and they pull no punches regardless of what faith background you come through. Read the Jewish Proverbs. Number two, proactively reach out to someone older than you are and farther along than you are in that thing that you were chasing, and ask lots of questions over a sandwich. Number three, read. Listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks. Number four, ask for wisdom. James, who is a Jewish letter writer, says, if anybody lacks wisdom, ask God who gives to all without judgment. Once you begin the long discipline of procuring wisdom for yourself, you will then be able to deploy wisdom. And once you deploy wisdom, be ready for the counterpunch, which you will then combat with, you guessed it, wisdom. Everything else moves, shifts, and fades out, but wisdom endures. I hope you think about that, because it's a powerful message. It's a powerful thought. Go back and listen to this whole thing. We need to embrace wisdom. Go check us out, freedom.mybusinessonpurpose.com, and we can help liberate you from the chaos of working in your business.